And here is Racing Miku. She is amazing, and again, it's something completely different than I would have thought of that I was guessing, but I'm very pleased with her. And so let's have a look. So first of all, we have this lovely, amazing hair, which is unique to the character. It just stands out, and it's the first thing that catches my eye about this figure. We then look at her eyes, which are a beautiful shade of green, as well as there is some blue at the top. Her mouth is kind of open, and again her nose and shit. It's an expression that looks kind of cute on her. We have her hair, which is on a ball joint, which you can see, which we're going to experiment at the end, but it's on both parts. We can see that her jacket is kind of like custom made, and you have the jacket here and here, and it leads down. You got these little bumps here, which are like kind of badges or buttons, and again more amazing green just coming over the top. Again, we can see just here on her arm, there we go, on her arm here, that it's kind of like a red, and then on the other side it's not, but it's a bit of a pink. Red dot there and blue part there, which I'm guessing are kind of racing colours. As we move down, we see that the jacket covers the bikini, and you can see that there's lines on her torso which make her look really ripped and toned. We have here, as it says CR, I can't even read that, it's so small, but then again we have like the kind of where it's a belt and it's kind of got her racing pouch. Again, we see contours in her line in her arms which look like muscles, and again it's a generic thing with all the figures where it just bends and moves in any sort of way. So we can see that it bends into place, and again we see that she's got a backpack which has a lovely green line down there, and we can see here, I think it's kind of like part of the glove, which is not bad actually. I kind of thought it might be a racing stripe or racing thing that she has. On the on here we have, there's red lines going around, and on the gloves as well, they're proper racing gloves. You can see that there is a kind of like padding where the knuckles would be, which is awesome. When we look here again, so we see that it looks like a logo. You can just see it, it's a fireball with the Good Smile Company on there. I think that's really, really cool, to be honest. So again, we got the kind of belts, and even they've gone to so much detail just here, if you can see it, to be where it would actually clip. So we can't take it off, but oh my god, it looks really, really cool. As we look here, again, we see her knicker line or panty line, which has a green kind of way around it. And here's a kind of like, I'm guessing it's like a leg guard for the motorbike or something. But if you can see it, if the camera can pick it up, there we go. We see that the dots here, as well as there's kind of like writing, and it kind of, you see the bumps and the lines just there. We go into the knee pad here, as well as the knee pad there, and we see that there's dents. So again, if she was to bend a knee, that they would go with it to actually give it some more detail. There's some lines around here. There we go. Some lines around there, like all joining as we can. And here, I don't know why they didn't put it on this way, but it's just one of those things apparently. But yeah, you can see there's more detail along the lines, that they've really gone to town on this one. Have a look down at the legs of the actual boot. We can see there's more detail just there. Hopefully the camera can pick up and the light's not gone bad. But yeah, we can see that there's more detail like Japanese symbols. As we go down to the boots, you can see there is a pink line just there, and also her like green on her boots. So it's a very like lime green. If we turn it around, we can see that it's high heels. So again, probably not the best thing to ride a motorbike, but she has heels. And again, this looks quite cool. It kind of goes all the way around, and again, you've got kind of just the lines just there. So we have a look at the other side. Again, perfectly symmetry matched, and there's even a lot of detail just down there on the heels and the kind of like the front part of the shoe. Here on the back of the head, we have the kind of lines that they would do texture with all the hair, so it's not just flat, it looks really, really nice. And as I say, again, the hair can move about in certain ways like any sort of joint, so that really makes it kind of special when you want to pose her if she's riding on a motorbike properly without a helmet, which you should always wear a helmet anyway. Here we have the pads, like the shoulder pads, which they kind of connect, so it looks kind of cool. It definitely stands out. Here you can place the hole for the actual figures for the stand, and again, at the bottom of her hair she has the kind of like the little parts right there, which is really, really nice. As we have a look at the back, again, we can move the hair just out of the way. I really like this kind of like frosted tip that she has on the back of her hair, or as her hair. So we see that the belt comes down around here, and then we got the belt buckle type connecting to the pouch, which looks fantastic, and we can tell it's all connected to here. I think it says Mirai or something just there. So again, I quite like that, what they've done, they've printed it onto it, and it goes over. I think that's really, really cool, to be honest. On the other side, we just see her skin coloured here, and again on the cheeks, we see that there is, if you can see it, you can see it just there. There's kind of like a bump where it would be the actual material. Along here is the top of the jacket, which has got the kind of bump, which again looks really cool. And again, we can see the joints and the kind of elbow pads for the actual arms and the figures. And again, if we move the hair out of the way, we can see it just there on her arms for the jacket. As again, we look back here. Now these are quite cool. If we look at it here, you've got the kind of like the straps like you would actually have if you're wearing like kind of protective gear on a motorbike, and it links down here. Again, as I said, we can see there, which looks absolutely cool. On the other side, again, more straps, and yeah, I just love it. It's absolutely really cool, very well detailed for a motorbike character. So as we see, yeah, definitely there, and on there as well. They're kind of like hard plastic, so be careful that they don't snap off. It would have been cool if they were like kind of like a soft plastic, or at least kind of material. Now with the hair accessories, because the hair is quite big and doesn't fit into frame properly, here I wanted to have a look. Now I really like this kind of frosted touching to her hair, so we can see that there's a big green going around there, and then it turns into kind of a frosted kind of design. I think this looks really cool, and it's the first thing that I noticed. And even if we look here again, and we can see the same, and it's the first thing I noticed when it was straight in the box, and it's the first thing that my eyes were drawn to when I had a look at the figure. With all the figures here, we look at the joints. So the legs seem to be moved quite okay, and they actually go all the way back, which is really cool. I'm guessing so we can have a look at when she's on the motorbike. Here we move the hands, or the feet should I say, so we're moving the feet, and again the hands and the arms just move like they would normally. So move the arms in and out, joints are fine, and the hands move like that. Very easy and very kind of cool. The hair, again, as I said, moves in multiple ways. So if you wanted, you could have it like that, or just like that. Very, very easy. The head moves really like around, so you get quite a lot you can do with that one. Up and down, and stuff like that. With all the Figma figures, you do get an extra face. So the Miku one is just, you get one extra face with her. So I'm guessing it's gonna pull that one off. Looks kind of weird, like she looks like a Pokemon trainer. Add this on, bring it forward, and then we add that one back to her hair, just like so, just like that, and she's smiling. I really like this face. I think out of all the Figma figures that I've had, this is possibly one of my favorite faces that she's got. So we can see here there is her eyes are more sparkly, and she's just smiling. We can see just underneath where her eyebrows are. One of the other things is obviously you get a helmet, so we have to take her head off apparently, just like that, and then we get the motorbike helmet, which looks kind of cool, and then just easy enough just to put in. So that's kind of like maybe the second helmet that she gets, and I think that looks kind of cool. So we can see here it says like Good Smile Racing, and it says, I think it's a Krypton. Again, it's there. Oh no, yeah, same thing. Good Smile Company at the top. If you can see it, it actually has Pikes 2014, and even the helmet looks really cool. Like, you've got so much detail. The paint, it feels so smooth, and again you've got that kind of like, it's kind of like sculpted into it. Pretty cool. Even like you can see the dots there where the actual visor goes up. Now unfortunately the visor doesn't go up, but if we look at the head can move around, very easily. So she looks a bit like a Power Ranger. With having it on a bike, you can actually change things. You can pull her kind of torso out just like that, and you can add in a kind of her sitting down. So it's just easy enough to just kind of put back in like that. Then here you can remove these pegs. Now obviously take it from here and you can just pull out the legs just like that. So just be careful, don't force it that much because you don't want it to break. Make sure that you have this part because that's just stayed in. As soon as you've got those legs, match them up and then just basically slot them in here, just like so. Just like that would help if I actually get it in the right place to begin with. I have noticed that when kind of trying to get this out, you notice that the black paint may rub off onto the pegs and may rub off onto your hand. But there we go, that's pretty much her just kind of like kneeling down. So if you have the bike, you can pretty much have her sat on or leaning forward, looking up like that, and kind of holding on if need be to the bike like so, just leaning forward and then head up. And again, you can have it so her feet are kind of resting on there, just like so. So you can have her on her motorbike, oh, get the hands right, and so on, like if you need to. And there we go, that is pretty much what she'd look like on the motorbike. Now when putting on, it was not bad. She doesn't sit on the seat, but if you did, you can just bring these back and she kind of looks around a bit like so. It's not looking at the road, but that's mainly what you can obviously do with the actual figure. So you can see when we just turn it around that she does quite a lot of cool things. So she does sit on the bike and actually interacts and holds the different hands, and that's pretty cool in my eyes. So there we go, Rangers. There is Racing Miku. She is a great figure, nice one out of the Miku range. And I might actually start collecting them because they look kind of cool. And I just love the hair and the eyes, it just stands out a lot. So tell me, Rangers, what do you think about this figure? Would you get it? Would you not? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out Yada Games, all that lovely goodness. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.